you doing, Teddy boy? If he comes back, we'll put live cam back on. Right, let's do a run. Not that one. Go. Do I think it will be beaten? Yes. Abrams is incredible, like phenomenally good at this game. It cannot be understated just how good he is at this game. But no world record is ever perfect. Even the most perfect ones are never perfect. Will it be beaten? Yes, eventually. The enemies aren't so bad. Although I say that with the use of the macro, which kind of makes it trivial, if I'm being honest. Thank you for the good luck though, appreciated. See, I'm fairly certain this is my first run on stream since I did my first run on stream. Well, that is true, Xanon, but again, you never really know if they've truly found everything in the game. I mean, they found just about everything, but... I mean, for how long did we think that we found every glitch in Sonic 2, and then look what happened? You know, even Sonic CD has been torn apart again recently. Like, it always happens. There's always something. It just takes someone to find it. Whether by luck, judgment, skill, you know, happenstance, whatever it is. I can tell you right now, we haven't found everything in Stray. There will definitely be more. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I know what you mean, like Sandwich. Like, I know that they've patched out sleep paralysis. Obviously, on PC, we get the benefit of being able to roll back to the previous version. You don't get that on PS4 and PS5. It's a bit of a shame, but... Oh my goodness, when I ran this at FTLG, and we used the Garfield mod, I didn't realise that for this bit isn't rendered cutscene, like pre-rendered. This is in-engine, and it is cursed as all heck if you have the Garfield mod on. I cannot understate just how cursed this cutscene actually is. And all the other cats become Garfield as well. So it's just an army of Garfields. Also, I don't know if it's confirmed, but we should be having a bid war for Indie-thon to pick the cat that I'm using. I think we've got Garfield, Red Panda, Marie from the Aristocats, and... what's the other one I gave them? I can't remember the other one I gave them. Oh, Spyro! Yeah, they've got Spyro as an option as well. I swear there's a fifth. I'm certain there's a fifth. I know for GDQ I gave them a fifth. It might be Vanilla. Oh my god, Felix and cat food adverts would be cool. So here's this bit, by the way, is going to be a good example of me switching between controller and mouse. Because it's a lot of straight line running, I use the mouse quite a lot in order to move the camera with much finer movement than the controller. Just if you wanted, you know, a little bit of what I'm doing. Up here. Only in the glitch run. I'm running glitchless. Yeah, let's see if I can get the early jump here. I've been having real trouble with this recently. Hey, nice. Oh, come on. There we go. Got ya. Oh, I also love the fact that the GDQ highlights video came out the other day. I didn't realise it was while I was streaming Monday that it came out, because GDQ used one of my clips to kind of promote it on Twitter. So I suddenly had, like, you know, 40 notifications on Twitter out of nowhere of like people liking this tweet that I've been tagged in from GDQ. And I think 3 different clips from my run made it into that highlights video. And one of them was this bit. Mendez going, "Long live the king." Oh, dear. I really didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it during it because I know it upsets some people. But Mendez was like, "Long live the king." It's like, oh no. But the bit that they used to promote it was when you are. You'll see it when we get to rooftops when you're waiting for the lift to come down, and we just use the macro to keep the Zerks off us, and you end up with the cat just wobbling. He does a wobble side to side. It's so cute. Hey Ted. Nym nym nym. What are you doing? You gonna go back and loaf in your corner? No? No. Yeah, that's the thing, Claxton. So we ran that at 3 AM the day the Queen died. And I know it was a little bit like, you know, everything was a bit raw afterwards and, you know, it wasn't really the time and place for jokes. But a couple of days after, don't stand on my keyboard, Ted, otherwise you will. Ted, you can't sit there. No. No, you can't sit there, mate. Come on, move. Go over there. He's literally here. You can't sit there because I can't get to my mouse. God damn it. Yeah, I did point out to Mendez a few days later. I was like, yeah, you know we did Stray, and yeah, you know how you said like long live the king? I was like, you know that was the day the Queen died, right? Like, I'm not saying that it's like not coincidence, but I'm not saying that it's coincidence either. So yeah, if you're wondering, it is now canonical that Mendez had prior knowledge of what was going to happen. Just saying. Oh yeah. I fully believe that because someone from the BBC, one of their reporters in like their foreign service, tweeted out about it, about the announcement of the Queen's death, only to then retract that tweet very quickly and say, oh no, there has been no announcement. It's like, there's only one reason you would have put that tweet out, and that's because you know. Oh, why do I never get this in 2? I never get that in 2. Game hates me. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, that's in the middle. That's weird. It's not normally there. Yeah, exactly. And the fact they called Hugh Edwards in is like, they're not going to call Hugh Edwards in for it if it's just concerns. Yeah, no, that's fair, Xanon. That's completely fair. Anyway. Right, so here's an interesting one because I'm now going to be using all three. Controller, macro, keyboard, controller, and mouse. So I currently have my little finger on the V key on my keyboard. I've got my controller in the same hand, my left hand controlling the cat, and my right hand is on the mouse controlling my view angle. I am playing on all three at the same time. It is a pain. But it does mean the Zerks are basically nothing to us, so that's good. What does it all do? So, I prefer playing on controller Gopher, which is why I'm using controller. Most people play on keyboard and mouse, but I am not a keyboard and mouse person. The reason why I'm using the mouse, however, is because if I want to make fine movements to my camera angle, to try and shorten my lines, it's much easier to do on mouse than it is on controller, because with the controller it's more kind of big movements, you know. The reason for the keyboard is because the Stray community have developed a macro on the V and the B keys for scroll up and scroll down, which is meant for dialogue skips to make them much quicker and easier because there's so much of it in the game. The only thing about it though is the meow button, which happens to be bound for me to scroll up, happens to be the same one that kicks the Zerks off, which means I can use the macro to basically make sure that the Zerks are completely, you know, they're basically not a problem for me. So yeah, there are certain bits where I'm effectively having to use all three. Controller to control the cat, keyboard for the macro to keep the Zerks off me, and mouse for finite movement. Obviously, keyboard and mouse players don't need to worry so much about that, but for me on controller I do. They have actually opened it up now, so I can use Steam to actually remap the macro to one of my controller buttons, which I'm still planning to do at some point, but you don't have to do it. But it would mean one less thing to play with, but it is in some ways kind of interesting to play on all three. Like it adds a bit of interest to it, I think. So while obviously we are going for PB here, and I'd love to get a PB today on this run, it is worth pointing out that this is marathon practice, so the key thing here for me is to come in under 1 hour and 23 minutes, which is the time that I have given as my estimate. That's the plan. So the strat for this part of the game is little finger on the V. God damn it, Klaxon. Yes, I suppose so. Yep. Noted, Zan. I'll put it in the socket. Thank you. Cat is being most uncooperative. There we go. It's always better just to spend the extra, like, quarter of a second, half a second, just making sure that the prompt's on screen, rather than missing it entirely and putting it on the floor, because that takes longer, so then you've got to pick it back up. Just like that. Gosh darn. Right, meanwhile, because it's cutscene, we can do that. Luffy's back. Oh, thanks, Light Sandwich. It's funny, like, I've had a reasonable amount of practice, but at the same time I haven't, if that makes sense. Like, almost all of my practice has come from just doing full game runs. You can see there from my splits, I've had 27 attempts, or this is attempt number 27, but I've basically only not finished 3 runs. All of it is pretty much just doing full game runs and just practice, practice, practice. I don't really do much practice outside of doing full game runs, unless it's like needing to learn a new route. Meow. Come on, get up. Uh, 3748. I still haven't memorized these codes, so I still have them on a post-it note attached to my monitor. And ready, we spin! Spin. Klaxon, I love it. Put it in the suggestions channel. That's my kind of suggestion right there. Honestly, everyone's got their own way of learning how to speedrun a game. There's no real right or wrong way. Like, I prefer to do full game runs. I know a lot of people that prefer to do ILs. There's nothing wrong with either. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with in terms of the way of learning. For me, I like to do it this way because I believe that making mistakes is all part of the speedrun process, and we learn from the mistakes that we make rather than the times we get things right. So kind of for me, like, it was really important to learn the run as a whole, and then make the improvements along the way, then try to learn everything individually, and then try to put it together as a run, if that makes sense. But again, everyone's different. That's just the way that I like to do it. Also, by the way, everyone, I've kind of adjusted my microphone levels. Does everything sound okay? Is there anything wrong with the mic levels? I have adjusted them. Loaf, really? Oh no, what's wrong with it, Zan? I can see it clipping a little bit. Is it a bit too loud? Yeah, I thought it might be. Hey, Dr. Rathking, welcome, welcome. It's all been a bit lower quality all stream. Interesting, okay. If I boost the gain back up... Oh man, that is clipping badly. Let me move that back a little bit. It's probably best I can do is I can't click out of anything at the moment. Again, keep me up to date on how things are. Overly compressed. I had this issue the other day when I was trying to do my GDQ host edition, and I don't know why it's now doing this. I'm going to need to spend some time figuring this out, because it's not right. It shouldn't be doing this. So I apologise for the microphone quality. It should not be this bad. Alright, just concentrate a second here while I do this bit. It's our first kind of open world section. Oh, damn, it's a bit slow. I really do need to spend some time like sorting out my equalizer and stuff. I should be getting near studio level qualities on the microphone, and I'm not, and it really irritates me, but I find trying to adjust audio stuff so boring. Like, so boring. Oh, come on, cat. Oh no, not on the books. Why does he always go on the books for me? Alright, I'm gonna go get the third notebook. Little shortcut there. No, wrong one. There we go, that's the one we want. Oh, where did it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh my goodness, where is it? Oh. Well, there's a whole bunch of time loss. What's the hardest chapter to do fast in Glitchless? Probably actually, no. Either Dead City, because there's so many jumps. That one's really tricky to do fast. Yeah, Dead City or Jail, because RNG on the lasers. Yeah, I probably do go for... The problem is I need it this loud. I need it where I've got it so I can hear myself properly. Otherwise, I can't hear myself. But yeah, I need to adjust it because something's not right. I think the compressor's way overcompensating. The noise compression's probably overcompensating as well. It's just all round not good. Right, rooftops. Okay, despite how bad a slums that was, we actually saved time over PB somehow. No worries, thanks for stopping by, Light Sandwich. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, no, City Cat. Get in there, there we go. There we go. Nice. Oh, why? Why did you jump down there? You should be able to jump across to that one. Silly cat. So nothing frustrates me in speedrunning quite like this game has managed to. When you know exactly where you want the cat to jump and he just does not do it. So frustrating. Okay, here we go. So interestingly for this one, I'm now using my right hand for the macro while also trying to press all the buttons on the controller. This one does get very tricky. There we go, we're good. Nice. So yeah, this is the bit they use because... And you're gonna land us... Whee! We're gonna wiggle! We're gonna wiggle! They ain't gonna get us cause we're wiggling! Oh, we're wiggling! Yeah, we're wiggling! Try and fail to persuade a very large creature to do what you want so you can escape. Oh yeah, I've seen The Last Guardian. We had that. That was our very first run on FPE at Fast Pace for Headspace. Because I was restreaming and my internet went down after an hour into the marathon. Oh, you mean Portal? The nice thing about this run is there's lots of time for breaks, which means lots of time to hydrate. Wait, weren't the Wiggles a thing once on CBBC? I swear they had a song, right? Did they have a song? I think they had a song. They probably had a song. . And we spin! Spin! That was a pretty good rooftop, so I'm happy with that. I don't think the Wiggles ever got number 1. I don't think they did either. Right, time for Slums Part 2. So this one I've been having a couple of issues with in runs recently. Wait, The Simpsons got to number 1. What with? There's Seamus. I thought he's become like the local drunk. Our bartender. Got his name. Oh, do the bar. Did that really get to number 1? For real? Good lord. I mean, South Park did. Who doesn't love chocolate salty balls, right? Oh, I think I've left that too long. I don't think I'm going to make this. I think I missed the cycle. I think I might have left this too long. Oh no, just in time. Whew. Okay, we're good. Meow. So the problem I've been having is that I've been leaving Momo behind for too long, and then he's not come round the corner at the right time, so I'm losing time getting him to move to Seamus's flat. Where is he? There he is. Cool. Okay, we're fine. Right, get back out. Make sure he doesn't stop walking. Nice. Okay, good. He is looking good. So now the big reveal is going to be, is my frame rate sufficiently dipped enough that I'm not going to go out of bounds here like I did at GDQ? It should be fine, because my OBS package is far more intense than theirs is, so the graphics card gets hit a lot more here. Don't go out of bounds. Oh, that was a lot further than I thought he'd go. Oh no, not that one, you silly sausage. Quick, 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 quick. Oh, it's because I pressed the wrong button. Oh, no. Oh, time loss. I pressed the wrong button. My bad, my bad. Oh, that was also good as well. No, I gave you the thing. What? Oh, you... Tracker's in position 2, HUDs, you know this. Okay, we are definitely losing time here, and we're probably going to be losing in the region of about 10 seconds. Very frustrating. Okay, got some electrical cable. Let's go visit Grandma. Let's give her the electrical cable, turn it into a poncho. We can then go see Elliot, give him the poncho and the tracker, and we get a fixed tracker, and we go back to Seamus. Easy. Wait, Chocolate Salty Balls didn't top the charts. Did it really not? I really thought it did. Ah, today I learned. Down there, please. Wait. Oh, no. Down. Thank you. Slums Part 2, I'm not gonna lie, has been pretty dreadful. 3 times in the history of the UK charts where one song was taken off the top spot by a cover or re-recording of the same song. Ooh. Intriguing. I can't think of any times where, like, the same song has come out in enough proximity to the previous song to knock it off the top of the charts. It's got to be old, right? It can't be anything recent. Like, the only ones that I can really think of recently where the same song has been re-recorded within a similar-ish time frame are things like the Zootons with Valerie, where obviously Amy Winehouse and Mark Ronson did it. You know, I can't think of many others where... I can't think of any others, actually. Go on, Klaxon. Give us the answers. Ah, Chocolate Salty Balls did get to number 1. Hey, I thought it did. Also, Run is now valid because paper bag. Most recent one was last year? What? Oh, is it because like a remix knocked it off or something? Does that count? Do remixes count in this? Probably don't, do they? Oh, Elton John and Ed Sheeran song. Wait, is that because like Ed Sheeran did it and then he did a duet of it with Elton John and that knocked his own thing? Oh, they did it with Lad Baby, yeah. I mean, you say Lad Baby covered it. Lad Baby did a version of it with them, technically. I think. Okay, we might not actually lose as much time here as I thought, because versus PB... We're going to lose time versus best, but versus PB might be alright. Oh yeah, Moogle, it's broken at the moment, I'm afraid. Oh my god, we actually basically didn't lose time. That's frightening. Also, welcome, Moogle. Don't worry, I'll make sure your points get refunded. Yeah, my mic is... I don't know what's going on with my mic at the moment. Like, I had to do my recording for hosting GDQ, and apparently, like, everything's gone weird with it. I mean, I've been having non-stop issues anyway. So, I apologise in advance for the mic. It probably sounds like it's clipping a lot. I could just blame it on the usual, which is Windows updates, right? Even though there haven't been any. Yeah, I'll make sure it gets fixed for the next stream. Should be tomorrow. We're going to do more practice. Because I'm running this in 2 days. Cat, over there. Thank you. But yeah, annoyingly, I can't actually check to make sure that everything's okay right now. Or I can't look at any of the settings because... Oh, wait, is it... No, it's not that, it's fine. Yeah, I can't actually check any of the settings or anything because clicking off of the stray window takes it out of focus. And when it's out of focus, none of the sounds play. And if there's a sound interruption during the run, then the run's not valid. Oh, you're at your place tomorrow, mate. Oof. It's because am I right in thinking it's because I remember you saying like your landlord's selling up, isn't he? I was gonna say, I wonder how that's gonna go now. They want more space for their kid. Ugh. I mean, in some ways understandable, but... Oh, so were you, like, renting a room from them then or something? Or rather than, like, their whole place? What are you doing, Ted? Ah, I see. Oh. I mean, on the plus side, Moogle, like, at least you'll be able to save lots of money each month now. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, mate. Sounds like a good plan. I mean, look at it this way. If it gives you a little bit of extra disposable cash at a time where disposable cash is hard to come by, and it gives you that money in order to be able to have, you know, a fairly decent and comfortable Christmas, you know. So there's always a plus side to it. It's like this is probably our last, not calendar year, but our last, like, year at this flat. There's a very good chance that we're going to move in with Mrs. Hudds' mum in her place around about this time next year, actually. I wish we could house you, Danger, but there is literally no room here. But yeah, we're probably going to move in with Mrs. Hudds' mum for a couple of years. Like, not because, you know, thankfully, not because we're, like, struggling or anything, but purely to be able to save up enough money for a house deposit, because it's just impossible to save when you're spending, you know, a couple of grand a month in bills and rent and all that kind of stuff. You know, when, I mean, our rent's going up as of in 3 days' time to 900 quid a month, which in fairness is actually a very good deal. We should be probably paying about 1100 a month. When you factor in all the bills and everything on top of that, plus shopping, plus petrol, and all those other kind of things, like, our outgoings are easily 2 grand, if not 2.5 a month. You know, you imagine, like, if we move in with Mrs. Hudd's mum, she's told us, like, won't have to pay anything, literally just feed yourselves, don't worry about anything else. It's like, cool, we can suddenly probably put away a couple of grand a month now. Like, that's ridiculous to think about, but it's true. Yeah, I was thinking the same, Danger, but I didn't want to say it. Ooh, just avoided overheating there. Nice, that's the way we do that bit. Yes, I will, Danger. Yeah, I'm very lucky that I will. So yeah, I will have a room there that's dedicated to, like, an office for me, so that office space will double up as my streaming space. So yeah, streams will definitely continue. Nothing will change on that front. What's gonna happen when this garage goes up and that crate that's inside it? Ah, doesn't become a projectile. But yeah, between myself and Mrs. Hudds, we reckon that at a push, we might be able to put away maybe 3 grand a month with basically no outgoings, which would be amazing if we could. But even then, it's still going to take us like the best part of 2 years to save up enough money for a deposit and stamp duty and all the other bits that you have to do. So, yeah, it's a lot. Because let's be honest, I'm not getting any younger. Oh boy, I'm not getting any younger. Come on, cutscene, hurry up! This has been a good dead end so far. Oh, don't get caught in the trees! Okay, we're gonna lose some time here. Not too bad though. Could have been worse. Yeah, I mean, Moogle, in your place, like, where you're moving in, do you have... I presume you're going to have, like, a room to yourself, but, like, what's it going to be like for you? If you don't mind me asking, that is. Oh, yeah. Thing is, though, Ferb, I remember that in 2005. It kind of was the same song, but it was the same melody with different lyrics, because there was the original song, and then there was the like response song, which was a very interesting time in music when both of those came out. Very interesting time, because the original one was "I Don't Want You Back," and then it was "F You Right Back." Very weird thing going on there. PC has to be downstairs in the living room. Oh, so yeah, I'm guessing streaming is out of the question. I mean, could you not even stream like no mic? Like do a no mic stream? Or is that not a possibility for you? Or is that potentially just something that you don't want to do? Just perfectly valid as well. Like, I'll be honest, like if I wasn't able to have my mic on, I personally probably wouldn't stream because it's just not something that I enjoy doing. I like being able to talk to people. For me, like, speedrunning is a social thing for me, you know? I think it's... Wait, for real, Klaxon? I need more on this. Is that what it was about, the song? Like, was that one of the accusations? Also, having just been camping for the weekend, can I just reiterate that Moogle, I empathise so much with you having to use a blow-up bed, like a blow-up mattress, because, good lord, they are just not comfortable. I have all the empathy for you. All the sympathy. Because, yeah, not fun. Just remember, though. Just remember, it's only temporary. Camping gave you lice? I mean, not that I'm aware of right now, no. At least I hope not. Oh, big one with that. Oh, is it, I think it's Coleman that do it. It might not be Coleman's actual brand, but is it like one of the double ones, like the super thick ones that has the pump actually built into it? I know Coleman used to make one because I used to sell it when I worked in the camping shop. If so, legit, that thing is comfortable as all heck. Yeah, it's built in. Cool. Like I said, I don't know if it's Coleman's brand or if it's like a different brand these days like that also do it, but I just remember like using them and selling them, and actually they're proper comfy. But after the first one, I have, yeah, Burst sleeping on it. Yeah, that's the thing with airbeds. They tend not to last particularly long. Especially around cats. Would not recommend them around cats. Here we go. This, I almost always used to die on. Now, doesn't bother me at all. Just do this, go up here, turn around. Don't worry about any of this. It's not a problem. Canvas beds, oh, I can't use the canvas beds. I find them way too hard. Like, way too hard. By the way, if during this section any of the audio goes robotic or anything, or has any stuttering, please let me know. Please let me know. Hey, Chef. How's it going? Oh yeah, don't worry, we're just dodging the definitely not head crabs. Ooh, what's in your backlog, Moogle? Anything good? Look, there's red eye. Also, if you don't like eyes, now is the time to look away. It's currently a depression bed. Oh, danger. Look, there's red eye. He never left. Totally a Sonic game. Who would like... I don't know! Maybe some people are into eyes! You know, I'm not here to judge. People like all sorts of weird things. I'm reliably informed. There's a whole swath of the internet who's into feet. Maybe eyes are your thing. I don't know. Nice klaxon. I honestly don't know how to respond to that, Moogle. I mean, the obvious answer is no, but also, why? Why would you go to wanting to lick my eyes? Like, I'm very confused right now. Maybe your corneas need hydrating. Oh god. Go for it. You can say that again in 19 days. Also, I love the fact, Moogle, that lick them just got auto-modded being a sex-based term. What? Okay, auto-mod. I don't know if any of my mods are about it. If any of my mods are about it, if you want to allow that one, go for it. I can't click off what I'm doing right now, so... If anyone's wondering what Moogle said, because it's still held by Automod, they said, "You said about feet, most people with a foot thing love to lick them." So there you go. I'm making no comment on that. Nice danger. Oh no, right. Into Midtown. Let's see if we can get this new route down. Last time I did this route... Oh, I remember now. Last time I did this route, I died in the factory, and it cost me a PB. Which is why I don't have a PB with the new route. So, and we didn't, because I died, didn't perp it either. So there's a whole bunch of time save here, potential time save, that hasn't been claimed on the Summer Best yet. Nice one. Hey, it's Sanity. Oh, I'll tell you something weird that Mrs. Huds does. Tell me if this is normal or weird, right? Because I think this is weird, but it might just be me, right? You know sometimes where you have like an itchy eye, right? I tend to close my eye and then kind of rub it to get rid of the itchiness, yeah? Not Mrs. Huds. No, she keeps her eye open and rubs her eye bare finger, like straight on the eye. Is it just me, or is that weird? Hey, Mushy, thank you for the good luck. Like, that is weird, right? Yeah, exactly what I thought, Moogle. Exactly. Like, it's totally weird. My wife is weird. Oh, cat, stop going there. Hey, GSBR, thank you for the good luck. Also, apologies for the microphone quality. I am aware. Right. Time against clock. Let's go. Oh, don't slip. Oh, no, no, no! Right, oh, that was slow and bad. He's already in the middle. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. He's already stopped. Oh, no, 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 no. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Down the steps, down the steps. Okay, just go. Oh, I've completely messed up all the timing here. This is bad. Do not go in that shop. Do not go in that shop. Do not pick up that box. Holy moly. That was close. That went really wrong. So essentially you want to beat him to the point where he stops, because otherwise he's going to start moving again before you're down near the shop, which means you're losing a couple of seconds, and you can't afford those couple of seconds. Whew. Nerve-wracking. Oh, no, no, no. Give him the thing. Gosh darn. There we go. Number one songs that have been number one sung by 3 or more different artists. Do they know it's Christmas? Spirit in the Sky. Unchained Melody. Basically all the ones that end up on, like, X Factor. What other ones probably have? Can't think of any others off the top of my head. But I reckon those 3 probably have. Right, let's hope and pray I don't get shot now. Because I keep getting shot on this bit. It sucks. I do not like being shot. Please do not shoot me. Run, 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 run. Oh, that was close. Yes, it's still there. Nice. That's a 5-second time save. I'm gonna say possibly Tragedy. I know 2. I know Steps got it to number 1. My God, B12, please. One more sports related. Oh, 3 Lions. It's got to be 3 Lions, right? Spin. Okay, now spin. Oh, I said 3 Lions. Has to be 3 Lions. Okay, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Whew. I really hate the fact the cat has to walk over to the middle there. Move. No, not over there! Why do you keep jumping over there? Right, hope and pray, hope and pray. Don't want to get shot. Oh yes, it's the other side. Amazing. Actually good RNG. What is this? And then I jumped the wrong way. Are you kidding me? Okay, great RNG and jumped the wrong way. Why? Why does this game hate me? Cat, move. Whew. Can't think of the other one. Oh my... Getting caught on things now. Yeah, go on, give us the answers, Klaxon. Put us out of our misery. 9:38. I think this is going to be a nice, big, juicy pup. Oh, you'll never walk alone. Interesting. No! They're going to shoot him! No! Holy moly, this is a huge pup. Wow. 23 seconds. Holy crud. Right. I really got to get better on my timing on this. I don't know how they managed to do it before, like, the screen's finished, like, fading in. I don't know how they're getting the timing that good. I need a metronome. Okay, all we need to do now is pray for good laser RNG. Cat game trivia combo is great, I'm loving it. No! Science trivia, 3 elements on the periodic table all named after the same city. Ooh. That doesn't help because I'm really bad at my periodic table. Anyone in chat want to have a guess? Yeah, that Midtown time save. Whoa. That is quite something. Come on, over to the door, please. This way. Thank you, Clam. I can name 3 elements. Oxygen, hydrogen, gold. What more do you need? Give me something like germanium, isn't it? Salt. Love it. Just salt. Salt's not an element. It'd be amazing if it was an element. Meow. I agree. It's 4 elements. Oh, Klaxon, you're letting us down. Come on. Okay, everyone in the chat, get your bless emotes out, get your Ted blesses out, because this is the part of the run where RNG can make or break this entire thing. Or get your wide strays out. Okay, we'll wait. Play it safe, play it safe, play it safe. Okay. Not too bad. Not ideal, but not too bad. Come on, where are you? There you are. Out you come, out you come, out you come. All the way. Good boy. So yeah, not the greatest laser RNG there, but I will take it. It could have been a lot worse. So that's the first major bit of RNG. Why don't you just temp ban RPG? Yeah, thanks, Neo. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to stream. Oops. Let's do that. Let me through, let me through. Okay, so at the right moment, depending on how things go, I reckon we're losing about 8 seconds on jail. But given the fact I lost 5 in PB, I reckon we may be 3 or 4 down currently. Erbium, terbium. Wait. Yttrium, erbium, terbium, and erbium. God, want to send any more West Country? Yes, got fast clam, nice. Now the bit I always hate. Come on, come follow me. Okay, first one done. Second one should be easier. I just need to not get shot. Come on, where are you? Nice. Oh! Oh! That was close. Oh, blimey. Yeah, that bit's always nerve-wracking. Always nerve-wracking. When did I do my first run astray? Like a week? No. Was it? Might have been like the day it came out. No, it was like a week after it came out. I'll find out for you after this run. So, this is like the first game that I've learnt. I did my very first runs of this online, like on stream. But then I opted to actually learn to run this game off stream. Which is kind of a first for me. It's not something I intentionally did or wanted to do, it's kind of the way it happened. So, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, this is my first proper runs on stream, or first proper run on stream after having learnt the game. Right, come on, give me fast fan, and then we're almost there. Oh, it's a bit slow. It's a bit slow. Oh, just. Okay, that's a reasonable jail. I can tolerate that. It's not going to perp. I reckon we're probably going to come in maybe about a 10:35. So I think we're going to lose maybe 6 seconds or so. I think we're looking at about a 10:35 here, if I'm not mistaken. Four more hosts over their lifespan. Countdown. Countdown is the obvious one. catchphrase count? I don't think catchphrase has, actually. Oh yeah, Family Fortunes probably has. Thinking about it. Yeah, probably Roy Barker and Stephen Mulhern, I think, for catchphrase. Okay, this has actually been a lot faster than I thought. I still think it's going to be I estimate this will be a 10:35 on the split time. I think it might be faster. It's not going to perp, but it's not far off. Have I actually lost time or gained time? $10:30. I'll take that. Okay. Come on, just give me a good jail now. Just give me a good jail. Yeah, considering the laser RNG I had, I'll take that jail any day. Okay. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Nice. Okay, that's the first tricky bit out of the way. Yeah, Crystal Maid's only had 3. I think I'm in position. Yes. Perfect. It's always the hardest one to do. Oh, good night, sweet prince. Thank you for your help, B12. it's so sad. He gone. Bad pace. I cry. Or B12. Hey, Parker dude. Welcome, welcome. I think we should finish. Make sure we have some loaf cam. Loaf cam to finish. Hang on. Eddie boy! There he is. Hey, Shaz! Unimpressed Ted. This has been a really good control room, actually. This might have been one of my best control rooms. I can't recall the last time I did it this well. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out! Go! Run, Cat! Run! Oh, we're just gonna miss the 117! Oh, no! That was a stonking control room. We missed the 117 by 5 seconds. Oh, it's a PB. It's a massive PB, but we missed it by 5 seconds. Oh, I'll take that though. I'll take that. That's a heckin' big PB. Considering I smashed nearly 30 seconds off my time last time round, to take another 28.5 seconds off it again? Oh, that was an incredible control room. Yeah, not bad for a D-Rust, eh? I cannot begin to explain how tough it gets to actually find time save when you're at this level on Stray on the Glitchless run. Every little jump matters. Every jump counts. Where does that put us on the board right now? Does that move us up? 118.04. Yo! Top 10! Let's go! That's 10th on the leaderboard. Come on! That moves me from 14th, joint 14th to 10th. Heck yeah! Oh, that's a cracking run. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna have to do another run now. Sadly, I don't have enough time. Out of how many people? Good question, JSBR. That is 10th out of currently 235 runners for Glitchless. 10th out of 235. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. Oh, it's got all the discussion through the sewers. It's got so much discussion in that run. Oh no. Yo, Reek, thank you for the GGs. Wood as well. But let me just reel off the names a second. Just to everyone. Gopher, thank you for the GGs. Danger, Parker Dude, Moogle, Wood, Neo, CBK, Shezzy Babe, GSBR, CBK again gave me more GGs. Rico as well. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the GGs. I Toots wasn't lurking for most of it. Hey, appreciate the lurk. Always appreciate the lurk. Lurkers are the backbone of streamers on Twitch. Ah, no you. To put it in perspective though, just how close it is at this part of the board, right? My summer best is a 1:17:34. That would put me 5th. If I save... So I'm currently 10th with the 1:18:04. 4 more seconds puts me 9th. 7 seconds puts me 8th. 15 seconds puts me 7th. And 21 seconds puts me 6th. That's how close it is. Between where I am in 10th and 5th, it's just 30-ish seconds. So close. And then there's... It basically gets down to like the 1:17:20, and then it jumps into the 1:16. And if you can get a 1:16, then you're incredible. Honestly. Erim, Sabissu, and Beba are just a whole nother level. They really are a whole nother level. But, hey. 1:18:04. Cracking run. Cracking. Take that any day. Yes, I got a PB with Moogle wanting to lick my eyes. Thanks, Moogle. And just for verification purposes, bottom left, version 1.4, and there is my save game file, 1:10:11 in the control room completed. Let's go! On stream PB. That's my first proper run on stream on my channel. Obviously, I've done it on GDQ, I've done it on FTLG. But that's my first proper run on this channel since learning this run. Yo, Tej! Thanks for GG. And that's a cracking PB. Top 10. Let's go. Whew.